Naga Munchetty and Charlie Stayt were back on the sofa on Friday to bring BBC Breakfast viewers the latest news headlines. During the show, the pair spoke with several experts and guests including Deputy First Minister of Scotland, John Swinney. However, Stayt came under fire following the segment, with many viewers accusing the host of attacking the MP with his line of questioning. Munchetty and Stayt began the segment by explaining people in Scotland earning more than £43,000 will have to pay more income tax next year. Munchetty said, "The Scottish Government says the rise will provide extra funding for the NHS." Speaking to Swinney via video link, Stayt discussed the latest statistics, asking, "Does that sound right to you?" As he nodded in agreement, the MP replied, "The reason why we've taken this decision is to make sure that we are able to raise the funds necessary to invest in our public services at such a critical time given the turbulence that we face, the levels of inflation that we are wrestling with, and the huge damage that has been done." Stayt was quick to point out, "Your manifesto pledge was specifically not to raise taxes." "That's correct," Swinney said before adding, "but we also say in the manifesto, that we reserve the right to take a different stance if circumstances changed. And I don't think anybody could look at the economic and financial circumstances of today, with all the turbulence created by the war in Ukraine, the rising energy prices, inflation at a level that, frankly most people have never really experienced in their lives. The circumstances have changed dramatically," he went to say. "Is it not the reality? And we were talking, for example, you're saying about this money going to help with Scotland's medical services?" the host hit back. "I mean, it has been under your watch that everything's gone so badly wrong. Performance on waiting time targets in Scotland's A&D units have hit a new low. We know that the number of people waiting more than 8 hours is a new high." He added, "That's happened under your watch and now people are having to pay more taxes to deal with the mistakes you've made over many, many years." Taking to social media to share their thoughts about the interview, Leslie's fumed, "At breakfast why so hostile to Swinney? I am happy to pay more. And yes, our NHS is performing the best in the UK. If that's a low bar, get the English Health Minister on and challenge them to why they have a worse one." Sick, Ian said, "At breakfast why are you spending time with a Scottish minister? This is irrelevant in comparison with other news." Broadcast on Scottish BBC. While Johnny added, "Charlie critical of services in Scotland, like everything is wonderful down south." Charlie Stayt on at breakfast asking John Swinney the questions he won't ask any UK health minister, user, Edo Power of Scotland raged. Criticising the best performing NHS in the UK. Criticising additional investment in SNHS, and criticising asking the wealthy to pay more tax. How very balanced Charlie. #BCB is sick, Glyn is noted, "At breakfast I notice Charlie Stayt attacks the Scottish minister more than he ever does a Tory minister." Sick, Deputy Leader of the Scottish Government gets a grilling from Charlie Stayt. "So are you going to interview the Deputy PM of the UK?" Dominic Robb, Hugh Edwards wrote. BBC Breakfast airs weekdays at 6 a.m. on BBC One.